second cardio in. I don't know how long I'm going to do this one yet. I wanted to at least get a second one before breakfast. We'll probably do more of these obviously today, no matter what, no matter how long I do this one. The vlog is rendering, so my upper body training vlog is going. It's pretty long. It's like a 16-minute vlog, even with everything trimmed down, because my volumes are up a little bit with only doing 4 days. But that should be up here shortly after this vlog is done. It'll be done rendering. I just got to make a thumbnail and get it uploaded. But we'll chat with you lovely people. Obviously, it's starting to sprinkle out there a little bit. So the rest of these are going to be indoor today. But we got the first hour. We got the first hour outside with walking. So got some sunshine, some fresh air. Now we're just going to get in on the bike and just burn through some calories, right? Focus on getting leaner. But yeah, I'd like to definitely get the second one in fasted. My food's already done. It's just sitting in the Instapot. But again, fasted cardio, never a bad thing when we want to cut and get leaner, right? Could be worse strategies. Of course, I'm using no fat burners or anything, so we do it the hard way. I have no idea. Yes, how long did you play WoW for? That's so far in the past that I don't know. I started with vanilla though, in-game raider and vanilla, but I don't game anymore. I think it's a waste of time. I think gaming is a useless time sink, and men are less productive when we do it. So I choose not to, right? It's just personal choice I make. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. Just a choice I've made. And no point in me doing something like, what further accolades are there for me? I went all the way to the end game in the original vanilla, went all the way to the end game in the first expansion, like literally the last raids in the game. You know, so don't feel like doing all that again, you know. There'd be no point to doing that with any other video game again. This guy said, peace, brother, happy Memorial Day. All right. What do you mean? I'm riding my bike, dude. Rhea, you not know what I'm doing? Okay. We're riding a bike. So we just did a brisk walk for an hour. I did an hour and a half long workout. The vlog will be up in a bit. It was an upper body day. So, you know. Joe says, Jason, do you still think slightly higher rep range bench is better for chest hypertrophy than lower reps? Possibly. Possibly. There's been some data that would suggest that, at least with an EMG. But that's one of those things where we can't say, oh, it's absolutely true, you know, that it's going to be better. But if you look at EMG data, when we start getting under about 8 reps, there is slightly more tricep activation than chest relative. Make sense? So there's some data that would at least suggest that. Hit that like button, by the way, guys. We got a bunch of people commenting. We got 1 like. Let's get those likes up. That's what helps get people in here. Although the views have been getting higher and higher on every one of these I do, in terms of the total net view count. So, but the stuff that we get early affects that. So getting those likes in as quickly as we can helps. So if you guys will please hit that button. But back to your question, and we're going to ignore the nonsense. I'm going to let it run because it's engagements. It'll actually help me. I'm making money on it. All right. So, but back to Joe's question, because it's been the only real fitness question thus far. Yeah, there's some EMG data that would suggest that, right? There's some EMG data that would suggest that, but we can't say, hey, this is absolute fact, because it is EMG. Jason, does close grip bench press works the upper chest more than a wide grip? Some people feel that it does. I don't know that it actually does. But the upper chest gets worked from the wide grip, right? It gets worked from the wide grip. Hey, Grave, I don't know the exact amount. Like, this is an old, outdated bike. I don't know how many pounds of resistance, but it has 10 settings. I think I have it on like number 8 in terms of difficulty, right? But it's not a set number that I could translate to you with how hard it is. Makes sense? So setting 8 out of 10. The 10 is so hard that like, it feels like I've got 200 pounds on a squat bar, almost, when I've done that. I wouldn't be able to do it for an hour. Like, there's just no way. It would be literally impossible. Maybe 7 or 8 minutes and I would be toast. But yeah, Joe, the closed grip bench working the upper chest, some people feel that it does. I don't know that it truly does, honestly. Subject to debate. But if you're really obsessed with upper chest, just do some incline. But the entire chest gets worked with a flat bench. The entire chest gets worked with a dip. What other reasons besides leverages would someone have a mid 600 deadlift only bench 335? Leverages, maybe a little less muscle. Maybe they don't have enough chest or tricep, but it could just be arm length. If they train everything balanced, it's probably longer arms. Would be the most likely reason, and that would be leverages. So there's only 2 possible reasons. Leverages, so arm length, or disproportionate development. The upper body is a little smaller. All right. Matthias says, hey Jason, what's up, dude? Just says, yeah, I'm 6'3" with a large wingspan. That makes sense, dude. Tall dudes tend to be really good at deadlifts, which is why I laugh. You'll see, I occasionally see someone says, well, I'm really tall, so deadlifts are hard for me. I'm like, man, you're going to feel like an idiot when you start looking at all the best deadlifters. Tall guys rock at deadlifts. Do you recommend we all go out and purchase an Instapot? I think they're great. I mean, I don't think that you have to, but if you're looking for quick ways to do rice or quick ways to do your potatoes, dude, it's awesome. It's a tool that I use. It's a tool I recommend. But if you're not cooking those foods, then not necessarily. But I do love me some Instapot. Jason, I have a question for you. Okay. You could just ask it, bro. Not a big deal. Look how much other people are commenting. Also, hit that like button, guys. Let's get them likes flowing. We're just going to ignore the nonsense. I'm going to let them spam because they're putting money in my bank. But as long as I can read the real questions. So, guys, if you get buried with the spam, just retype your question. But I'm going to make that money. Kooks says, hello. Well, hello to you, man. Hard facts, exactly, dude. I mean, might as well, someone wants to stand there and insult me for an hour, but I get paid for it. It's like, all right, dude, just keep tapping those pennies, man. I'll take your money. All good, man. All right. So, William, you said you had a question for me, broski. What's up? I am from Uganda. What about you? Everybody knows that Jason Blaha is from the Great Republic of Texas. Right? Are fat grip barbells a good forearm exercise? Hypothetically. I mean, they'll work at some. But everyone's always has the big problem of their forearms getting hurt when they do straight bars, and you have to use a different technique. You know? I don't know. I mean, in theory. Or you could just train your forearms if you're really worried about it. Throw some direct forearm work in. All right, William says, I can't bench heavy anymore. Do you think it's okay for a 58-year-old to bench 135 for sets of 20 to 25 to make some gains? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But, you know, why can't you do 10s or 12s though? Like, that still wouldn't be heavy. So, William, you could do, 185 for like sets of 12. Right? And that would be acceptable too. But I mean, 20 to 25 is really pushing the limits. So why don't you work some progressive overload up and just stay at 10 plus reps? That would still not be that heavy, and that would be completely workable, dude. What do you mean it hurts? So can't progressively overload it. So if 135 doesn't hurt, work your way up to 137 and a half with some microplates, then 140. I don't think it's going to hurt as much as you think if your technique is good, even at your age. But you shouldn't need. So, are you sure your form is good? But I mean, how about 140? But you see what I mean? You can work your way back up, and I promise you'll get to where the 185 won't hurt. So just load it up slowly. Make sense? I just says, Happy Memorial Day. Oh man, bro, I don't think you fully understand Memorial Day is not meant to be a happy day, but that's okay. I appreciate what you're trying to say. Probably not American. Yeah, Memorial Day is a day of remembrance. I'm trying to avoid surgery. But William, you could just do the 135. It's just that doing 25s is going to be kind of hard. Do you do the Instapot for all your meals? I've read it for more. I do it for all my meals other than stuff I don't need it for. But I eat rice and potatoes. Does that make sense? I don't really do a lot of other stuff with it. Right? I'm not really using it for other stuff. That's literally what I use it for. You know? But yeah, people use them for all sorts of things. I don't. But I use it twice a day just for rice and stuff. You know? So, I mean, I got brown rice, sweet potato, chicken, and broccoli in it right now. Right now. Sitting there waiting for a meal after this cardio session. That's what we're doing. Yeah. So, but William, hopefully that's helpful. But the thing is, you can build it up and still keep the reps relatively high. So you don't need to go to 185, but just ramp the 135 up with micro loading over time. Jason, why do I get more carryover to my deadlift from front squats than back squats? I don't know. Jason, any reason you don't do meal prep for the whole week? It's a lot more. Do you know how much rice I would have to cook? Alan, do you know how much fridge space it would take for me to cook that much rice and to partition it out? It's just easy to use the Instapot, dude. Like, it's really not hard for me to take a cup and then just walk over and pour it all in and hit the button and walk away and come back and eat it later. Like, I feel like it would be more work having to store 5 gallons or 8 gallons of rice every day, week in the fridge. Now, if you mean my meat, I just put up a picture of 9 pounds of chicken breast that I cooked, I baked all in one go. So I meal prep all my meat. Like, do you follow my social media? Like, I put pictures of my food up. My food is put up all week long. Well, I'm glad you hope I'm doing well. We don't need to address the Genova thing. Jeez, come on, guys. Good morning, sir. It's a beautiful day to worship my cow in India and oh my God system. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Well, I don't look like Stone Cold Steve Austin, but I appreciate it. Jason, what's the weather like in Texas? Joe, you already know my responses to that. I don't know, man. Texas is a pretty big place. The weather could be 7 different types of weather right now. It's a little sprinkly outside right now here where I'm at. People ask that. So the running joke is people ask me, what's the weather like in Texas? I'm like, y'all have no idea how big Texas is. Like, it could be hot and sunny and snowing at the same time in Texas. That's what happens when you travel like 1,400 kilometers north to south. You meal prep but have no, whatever, Leon. It's all over, sure. Syke says, hi. What's my height and weight? I am currently 5'9" at 222 pounds and 48 years old. But please note that is a real 5'9", not millennial 5'9". So I guess I'm 6 foot, but I measure 5'9". You guys all had 3 inches now. It's really weird. It's a really strange phenomenon my generation didn't do. Just trying to reach 5'9" someday. All right. Do you have a job? You're literally on my strength coaching channel. Yes, I have a job. I'm self-employed, and I have a coaching business called Jason Blaha Fitness, where I do virtual and online strength and conditioning coaching, and I'm also a fitness content creator on multiple platforms for 13 years now that are all monetized with missed 1099s that go to the IRS. So, yes, this is my job. This is part of my job. Why do you meal prep your meat? Couldn't you just buy a frozen chicken breast? What? No, I just cook all my meat separate. What do you mean? Yeah, that just seems weird. No, I don't need a frozen chicken breast in there. It tastes better if you actually cook the chicken. How much more time till you start seeing? I don't know. No, that's normal. I always gain weight when I do cardio. My waist is smaller. Like I mentioned that in the vlog today, I'm down a whole notch in my lifting belt. I have not dropped a single ounce of body weight. I gained weight and then it dropped back down to where it started. So I put on about 5 pounds actually from the cardio and then it drops back down. But I'm down a full notch in my lifting belt at the same body weight. I want to say, what? Jason, you ever got a Wikipedia article about you? Would you be happier or different? I don't know. Who knows what it would say? It could be crazy stuff. I've seen some interesting chat GPT descriptions. So that's some funny ones. I posted one of them once. I asked chat GPT who is Jason Blaha. And it actually was interesting. None of the silly, crazy, trolly stuff from the internet came up. Like none of it. When chat GPT did it. This is a fitness stream. Yes, it is. This is. I'm doing a lot of this right now. It's 2+ hours of list cardio and I stream all of it. Most of it's on YouTube. You're doing a good job. Keep it up. Thank you, Leroy. Oh, Leroy Jenkins. Yes, I know the reference. John McMeem says, wiener. Yes, I do in fact have one. I wikied myself and it said, thank you. Okay, Neil Thompson says, Coach. Yes, that's me. I'm Coach Blaha. Getting my cardio on, getting my cardio did. Hit that like button, guys. There's a bunch of you commented down and asking questions. We got 7 likes. Get those likes up. If you guys get more likes, it gets more people in here. Can you teach us how to get a girlfriend? Hire me to coach you. I have coaching slots open, Leroy. $250 a month. Hit me up on Facebook. Hire me to coach you for your gains, and I promise you, you'll get a girlfriend. I'm gonna start selling that. That foot pedal cardio. What do you mean foot pedal? That's not a thing. It's called a bike, Neil. I've never made bullets, Eddie. I've never made a bullet in my life. I don't smelt lead. You saw me reloading cartridges would be the correct terminology. I literally weep for the culture when you guys say that. It makes me really sad for y'all's generation. Y'all don't know what I was doing. But you see my point, right? Like I literally weep for this generation. If they actually had no idea what I was doing and they don't know the terms. Man, you are going to be slaves. It's scary. Oh. No, words have meaning. Yeah, making bullets means bullets are the projectiles. So you're making the projectiles. So that requires melting lead. People do that. I know people who do that, by the way. I don't do it. Okay, I'm reading at the Instant Pot Pressure Cooks Meat. So you, beautiful. You can do that. I prefer not to. Do you know the upcoming men's physique star, blah, blah, with some name, Sue, whatever I can't pronounce? Nope. And I don't really care. I don't really follow a bunch of men's physique stars. Never heard of her. Random, but the cartridge thing got me thinking, how often do your hobbies shift or change? I mean, they're pretty constant. I mean, that was just, I'm still a gun guy. I've always been a gun guy. Like I've been reloading since I'm 7. I'm just not reloading right now. It's just not cost effective. You know. Thank you, Jason Blaha, for your video. I still run a version of my Ice Cream Fitness full body routine 3 times a week, but with lower volume. If you get more advanced, you're going to need to switch that over. Jason, what are your thoughts on Will Tennyson? I don't know enough about him to have thoughts about him. Like, my knowledge of him is so limited that it would not be fair for me to form any form of opinion on him. I think I've seen 3 minutes of his videos in my entire life. So for me to form an opinion of someone on such limited knowledge would be really unfair. So I have no thoughts or opinion at all. You said switch to upper, lower. Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea, Derek. Jason, has a McRib sandwich ever been part of your diet for gains? No. Don't eat crap like that, man. Jason Eddie says, we judge by default. We do, but we need to have something to judge someone from. Like, I'm not going to have a judgment of an influencer I literally don't know anything about. Like, I have nothing to base a judgment on. Didn't it used to be cost? So hard to find shells. You mean cartridges? I'm not shooting enough to justify it, Neil. So you have no idea how much I was shooting. Okay. I maybe get 1 to 2% of the range time I used to get. So when you're putting 300-400 rounds every week down range, yeah, I know that would be like if you were buying that, not loading it yourself, that's a couple $1,000s every month. So if you were just buying that, you're talking $20,000-$25,000 of ammo a year. So it makes sense to reload at that point. But I don't get that much range time to justify it. Like I probably have 15,000 rounds of ammo right now. Jason, do you see Michael Hearn out repping a 29-year-old world's strongest man, Michael Hooper, like says, no, I didn't. I miss seeing you live all the time. Any big plans for the summer? What do you mean big plans? I'm just cutting for the summer. Why did you stop doing YouTube? I didn't. I never quit. So I've made videos 7 days a week for pretty much 13 years straight. I never stopped. So if you didn't see me, it's because you didn't check in. All right. But Baylor, I'm doing a live right now. I mean, I'm doing tons of lives at the moment. When I eventually switch these all to Facebook, I'll make an announcement that I'm doing them all on Facebook, which will happen eventually when I'm waiting them to do a shift for me on my page. If that happens, there's no point in me bothering with YouTube Lives ever again. Go where the money is. Does Michael Hearn have some of the best fitness genetics on earth, or does he just train? I think it's a combination. I think he has really good genetics. But he trains very smart and very hard, and he's very smart with his drug use. Jason, I just subscribed to help you make these streams successful. Hey man, there you go. Likes and comments and shares make them successful. Shub Hop says, hey Jason, what's up, dude? Ayub says, hello, sir. Well, hello to you, Ayub. What do you think of the current state of YouTube fitness compared to 2013 to 20? Oh man, it was a different world. It was the Wild West back then. We all just did crazy, extravagant stuff that people didn't really understand later. We did a lot of trolley stuff. It was all really super unsterile. Now it's just become this. I don't like it these days, honestly. Sorry guys, I laugh. I get tired of the where are you from comments. Motherfucker, everybody knows that Jason Blaha is from Texas. There's million hit memes about it. Come on, dude. Michael Hearn is going to have downsize one day soon. Well, he has downsized a little. What number are you putting up on the big three? Previously or this year? My best lifts this year, and I'm trimming down now. I'd like to just keep them there. I don't even need to get stronger. They're obviously not my best, even on YouTube. But this year, what have I done? 335 flat back bench for a 2-second pause. I did a 500 back squat with just a belt and shorts, no sleeves, no shoes. I did a pretty clean 585 deadlift. It's all on camera. So that's my current lifts as of this year. So they're not where they used to be when I was a bit heavier. But then I'm trimming down leaner. So if I can just keep those at a much leaner body fat, I'll be pretty happy at this point at my age. You know, Jason, where are you going to retire? Well, I have no idea. I don't know. It all depends on a lot of factors. I don't know that I'll ever fully retire. Always got to do something to be productive and make money, no matter what you're doing, even if you're set. Hit those likes though, guys. Let's get those views up. Chad Thundercock. Look me up, Thundercock. Yeah, dude, you got a total meme name. Come on, bro. LSU rep 315 for 30 on the bench. Yeah, I don't know about that, bro. I mean, you're not even using a real name. Come on, dude. Everybody knows Chad Thundercock is a meme. Nice to meet you, sir. Hey, you, everyone's going to laugh. I always guess the country. I bet you come from India. All right. It's hard to afford to retire. Yeah, ain't nobody retiring. Ain't nobody retiring in this economy. Derek Wong says, hey, Chad Thundercock, I'm Shane Thunder Wang. There you go. Leroy Jenkins is retired. No, I'm from Tanzania. Really, normally only people from India type like you do. But all right, I'll take it. Tanzania. I don't even know where that is. All right. I'm from the Great Republic of Texas. All right. Bitcoin millionaire, playboy, philanthropist. You know, you might have stole part of that line from Iron Man. So Scarlett Johansson kind of gives that look like, all right. I don't actually discuss politics, Kurnas, so I don't know why you're asking that. I try to avoid politics as much as possible. At least, you know, in public, you know, I don't like to do that. Like, I'm not super political. So I really don't want to make my comments about it. Yes, I have an Instagram. Thank you for taking your cardio indoors. Oh, shut up, dude. Oh, LL Cool J, you're such a lying troll. Jason, would you rather have Arnold's chest, Arnold's biceps, or Tom Platz's legs? We all want what we don't have. Some will go with Arnold's biceps. I've heard that, but I promise you this is my legal given name. It says on my birth certificate, 70 years old here, and meme wasn't even a thing back then. Talking about politics as a fitness professional is unprofessional. I kind of agree, Joe. Like, we don't need to have, because it alienates your audience and your fans. Because I literally have clients who would hate each other in the same room with their political views. So, you know, why do I need to ostracize my actual customer base? Chad, I just looked you up. He's legit. Yep, 70-year-old guy named Chad Thundercock who played for LSU. All right. I bet Leroy Jenkins is legit too. I bet you that's your real name. It's nothing to do with any Uber trades. Do you think you'll still be squatting 500 at 60? Man, Scott, that's crazy wishful thinking. That's pretty much unheard of. I mean, that's not like a thing. Rip Jim, I don't even know who Jim Norton is. So who are we ripping to? Who's Jim Norton? You can't just drop that and not tell us who he is. And hit that like button, guys. I mean, Scott, I'll squat what I squat at 60. I mean, it's unlikely it'll be 500. Hell, at 60, I'd be happy with 400. 4 or 5, 4 plates. O'Hearn could do it. I don't know if O'Hearn's going to squat 500 at 60. I don't even know if O'Hearn's going to pull that off. I don't know if Mike will pull that off. Right? That's a tall order, and Mike's pretty impressive for his age. Really, he's the GOAT as far as guys in that age. Right? He's pretty much the GOAT there. Hearn squats and deads have dropped. Yeah, they've come down a lot. I mean, all his lifts have. Is Mike even squatting 500 now? I don't know that I've seen him anywhere near that in a while. And that's no disrespect intended. All right, there we go. Them views are coming up. Get those likes going. Yeah, I mean, Mike's also like 55, you know. I mean, to even be in the shape he's in now is unbelievable. So, I mean, we're willing to give some leeway with losing a little size and strength at 55, all things considered. Which current fitness YouTubers you follow? None of them. I don't follow any of them. 0. Myself. His incline bench is still, no, it's not in the 500. There's no way. Not right now. Are my shoulders shifting? Because I'm riding a bike. Like I'm pedaling on a bike. I'm pedaling on a recumbent bike, dude. Like there's no way to stop my shoulders. Like let me try. It's painful. All right, let me relax them. Yeah, that was really uncomfortable. Why are my shoulders shifting? Because I'm riding my bike. Dude. Watch the video of Michael Huber. He is 5 times 11. Who's he? We're paraphrasing. Too much paraphrasing. 405. Michael Hooper did 405 times 11 on the incline. What are we talking about? Give me some context. Now, if you mean Michael Hearn, there's no way Michael Hearn's doing 405 for 11 on an incline right now. I would have to see it to believe it. On the incline or the flat bench? Because there's no way, dude. No. There's no way I'm believing he did that on an incline at his age. Like, as much as I respect his training and what he's done, I would have to scream fake weights at that point. Michael Hooper's pretty strong. I know there's been a lot of personal stuff out there, and I haven't seen all of it. I've only heard a little bit here and there. But, you know, guy's legit as a strength athlete, that's for sure. Like, you can't take that away from him. I do know there was something about some cheating or something, but I don't know the details. I don't want to spread rumors when I don't really know details. It's not fair. How much would you want? Yeah, I don't think so, Leroy. Yeah. No, I wouldn't be interested in doing your security work. Why don't you just hire a security guard instead of hiring a power lifter who charges an extravagant amount of money to coach? I don't know, $300,000 a year. You know, 400,000, $500,000. Well, I'm not going to go be a security and risk myself. I'm a strength coach. Now, Leroy, you could hire me to coach you, and I'll get you strong and jacked. Hit me up on Facebook and put in an application. I'll coach you. That's what you could hire me for. But I wouldn't be your employee. You're hiring me for a service as a contractor. All right. Someone with a known record of what? Powerlifting? All right. You're silly, Leroy. Yeah, strength excellence doesn't make me a security guard. All right. So, since you're offering big money, go ahead and just send me $1,000 through Facebook Pay, and we'll discuss from there. So until then, we'll leave it at that. Show me that you're serious. Jason, this is the link of the video. It's very recent. Could you send it underneath comments under a video later, Joe? Because I'm not going to be able to access it in here later. Do you believe one push upper session a week? Well, for some people it might be. Scott? Okay. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to believe O'Hearn because he was not that strong before. Like, he was doing like 3 reps of 405 on the incline. There's no way he magically, in his mid-50s, went from 3 to 11. So I'm going to have to call fake plates. I remember when he used to do triples with it, though. But you don't get slightly smaller and then weaker on all your other lifts and go from a 405 for 3 incline to a 405 for 11. So something's fishy if that's up there. Them better be some calibrated competition plates. Just saying, dude. Because he wasn't able to do that when he was bigger and younger. And he had a crazy good incline. So the math isn't mathing. Only hit 405 for a single. Gotcha. Well, that makes more sense then. So he lost a little bit on his incline when he's lost a little size. Makes sense. 405 for a single in his 50s is crazy though. Like that's crazy, that's still insane. The 11 is just unbelievable. It's like I won't even accept it as possible. The 405 is crazy though, even for one. So I'll have to investigate later. All right, we'll have to check it out. All right, guys, I may go ahead and wind this one down a little early because I want to eat. I've done over an hour and a half of fasted cardio and I've lifted. So I might go ahead and wind this down. That means I'll do at least one more long one of these today, maybe two. So I love you guys. I need to get the vlog up. I need to get some breakfast in. And I'll talk to you next time.